Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest Gryphon trapping video. Today we'll be doing some more traps on Unusual Duck's Gryphon trap here. He's going to be doing basically a couple different types of Gryphon trapping today. The first one is actually going to be solo Gryphon traps. So you guys are probably very familiar with Gryphon trapping already. You've probably seen a bunch of videos on it. You put a bunch of resources on your castle. You basically get them to farm you, act like an offline bank, and then pull all your troops back with the Gryphon familiar, and then basically kill their troops. This is a little different. Where this one, where you actually have a little bit of troops out, you're going to basically get someone to scout you without your ante on. They'll see that you have some troops out, your leader out or whatever, and then what you do afterwards is you pull back all your troops as they're looking at the scout, and then they'll come in and try and solo attack you. So this is a great way to get people to solo attack your 200 millimite plus castle. You could probably be 900 millimite and get people to solo you or whatever it is, but Unusual Duck is going to try and put on his war gear there. Missed the switch the first time, got it on the second time before the attack came in, which is really good because it was an actual attack, the leader and all that. So he was able actually to cap his leader here. So now he has the guy's leader. He's going to post in the chat like, hey, this guy doesn't have a leader. Rally this guy or whatever. So it's a good way if you're in a big guild to get people to solo attack you, lose their leader, and then rally them afterwards. Unusual Duck is actually going to set a tracker rally on here because it does not matter if he goes into what's called Fury because he can hide all his troops if he wants. So that's the great thing about Gryphon traps, because you can go into Fury, hide all your troops. Doesn't matter if they rally or whatever. After that, you can just hide them all. Basically, if you're going to actually hide your troops while they're rallying you, make sure you get people to reinforce you first before you send all your troops away, or they're going to be killing your troops as you're getting rid of them. So anyway, so yeah, you can see it didn't get through his wall. It did damage his wall and all that, but the 250,000 didn't quite get through his wall and hit any of his troops, so he was able to actually cap that leader and basically get a free leader from that solo attack. So this is going to be the more familiar version of the Gryphon trap, so you guys are probably used to seeing this. You have a bunch of resources out. You basically wait till someone scouts you, act as an offline bank, lose a bunch of resources, but then get a bunch of free kills from it. So there's going to be about 20 plus attacks, I think, at this one. Ish 20 plus ish attacks for this one. So there's about, actually maybe not in this one, maybe the next one has 20 plus attacks. This one has about 15 ish attacks. So if you're actually Gryphon trapping here, there's a couple things you can kind of do. You can see and wait and see how many people can actually get, or you can cut your losses and take the 15 or 20, or you can wait to see if you can get 50. So it's up to you. Basically, it's up to how many resources you want to lose, because while you're waiting for other people to show up, people are stealing all your resources. So at this point, if you have 15 plus, you probably feel comfortable of actually pulling back your troops and getting a bunch of free kills, depending on how active the kingdom is. Like I said, you could wait all day and have people farming you, but you might be losing a couple billion resources in the meantime. But so Duck is not going to wait that long, so he's going to throw out his war gear here, pull back all his troops. As soon as the troops come back, he's going to try and random away. Sometimes you accidentally click it before your troops get back and it doesn't work because you can't random while your troops are walking, so he does it anyways. Sometimes it actually gets you a couple extra kills too. What you want to do is try and port back in, but some people port into your spot, unfortunately. What the person who ports in your spot should be doing is actually porting away after that, because there is actually a march walking towards, which does recall, so they're not going to hit you random right away if you port into the spot where the Gryphon trap was, because you'll get the couple marches out and then port away before they realize it, because sometimes they'll recall. Like you could actually go back and look at that clip. There was actually someone walking towards that castle who did recall because the castle did not port away right away. So anyways, we'll take a look at some of the reports here. The 22,000 EXP drops are all around tier 2 attacks or tier 3. These are all tier 2, so we're not going to look at them. This is a tier 4 attack, so you can see 209,000 tier 4 dead on that one. It was heroic fighters, so yeah, there's a bunch of dead tier 4 on that one, 200,000 plus dead on that one. Yeah, so any like 100 plus thousand EXP drop, those are the tier 4 attacks. The rest are all just tier 2 farming attacks. So that's another tier 3 attack, or tier 4 attack, and so 120,000 dead on that one. I think that's tier 4. Yeah, it was only 222,000 though. Tier 2 on that, and yeah, I think that was the end. So there's a lot of tier 2 farming there. You still get a bunch of free tier 2 kills, but you're kind of looking for the tier 4 kills on these ones anyways. Well, at least for the resources and stuff that you're giving away. Anyway, so there's going to be a second poll here, so it's going to be a little bit larger than the first one. I think there's about 26 or something on this one. I could be wrong, but we will go through all the reports at the end to show you all the reports. But yeah, so this one's gonna be from the what's the main guild here? It looks like SP is the main person farming. There is a little bit of FZ and other people in there, but I think the main person is, or the main guild that's farming him right now is SP. Most of the hits will be from that. It looks like FSX and SSQ is also here, but yeah, so same thing. Wait till you have enough attacks coming towards you. Throw in your gear, hit the familiar thing, or not hit the familiar. Yeah, hit the familiar thing, the Gryphon familiar. We will be doing a count overview, by the way, at the end of this, so stay tuned for the count overview as well. So don't go away at the end. There will be an account overview if you want to see how this is set up. Anyway, so he ports away, eats all the attacks there, and then tries to port back, but someone else ports into the spot. So same thing. This guy should be porting away once he ports into that spot, unless he's trying to save the troops. But yeah, if you want the free kills, port away right away. Get those extra couple stragglers, the people who are in autopilot trying to farm you, get those kills, and then port away. So he ported away way too late there. If you want to port away, you got to port in right away, because they're not going to actually hit you if you're what's called sitting there for too long. So Duck's going to throw up the laughing emoji for them losing all their troops there. And then yeah, so that guy was actually watching it. Some people know it's a Gryphon trap and will be watching it. Like, same with me. I usually try to find the Gryphon trap, watch it, try to get the free kills while it's basically after it's ported away. It's the best thing to do if you're trying to get free kills too. I actually got a ton of points last KVK from doing that, because people would, yeah, like I said, I would find a Gryphon trap. No, it's a Gryphon trap because it's obvious. People, if you know what a Gryphon trap, you obviously know what it is. Anyways, we'll go through all these reports. So there's gonna be a lot more tier 4 in these reports than the previous ones. 2 million mic drops will be about the tier 2, and the 9 million ones ish, 7 to 9 million would be the tier 4. So 140,000 dead there. 100,000 dead there, 80,000 on that one. Usually, yeah, it's 80,000 like a 200, 100,000 at 250 sort of thing. But once their infirmaries start filling up, you start getting the massive red deads. That was tier 2 there, tier 4 on that one, tier 4 on that one, 140 on that one. Oh, maybe I did a double on that one. I'm not sure. I got sent the report. Sometimes I download it twice. That's 229,000, 80,000 on that one, 250,000 now is infirmaries are filling up in that one. It's 250,000 tier 2 though, unfortunately. Anyway, so this is going to be a last one. This is going to be another solo route, or a solo Gryphon trap again, because is this the last one? No, yeah, this might be the last one anyways. This is going to be a solo Gryphon trap on this one. So same thing. He's basically going to pull back all his troops after the scout. Usually what happens is they'll scout you, or they'll be scouting a bunch of things, and then they'll look at the reports later. So you can actually pull your troops back like right after, because they're not actually just watching your castle. Usually they'll basically scout you, go look at the report. Hey, that guy actually has troops come back. You've already pulled back all your troops. So they think you only have like 200,000 or 300,000 troops. So they'll send an attack at you, whatever attack, usually leadered, because it's tier 4 a lot of times you'll have out. And sometimes you can have some tier 2 or something in your, what's called, shelter, just to make it look like you're like hiding troops or whatever it is, but not like a bunch of tier 4 or something like that. But also the tier 2 can also be used to reduce your healing, because tier 4 is expensive to heal. So sometimes you can have a little bit of tier 2 in there just to reduce some of the healing costs and stuff like that. It's not like tier 4 takes so long to heal. It's more just how many resources it takes to heal. I didn't realize that until I started Gryphon trapping, how many resources tier 4 actually is required to heal them. So he's sending some tier 5 here, speeding it up, because he's like, oh, it's some free troops, or maybe a free leader. Yeah, I'm going to totally get those free troops, and not realizing there's almost 2 million tier 4 in his base right now. Duck's going to throw in his war gear, then random, because once you throw in your war gear and they might be looking at your castle, they might actually recall the attack. So a lot of times you might have to report. If you get the gear on right before the attack comes in, then it's okay. Then you can switch your gear and stay there and act like in inactive castle. But if you don't, you have to kind of port away before they recall, because they will recall and you just kind of waste it anyway. So anyways, it was a bunch of tier 4 and tier 5 in there. Easy cap for Duck there. So we'll do the account overview here. So we'll take a look at everything, the troops and all that. So this will just be the account overview part of the video. So we'll take a look at his troops. We'll pause it right here because it goes really quickly. I got him to film it and send it to me, so I wasn't actually on his account. But anyway, so this is basically a setup. So he's got more infantry than anything else. He does Gryphon trap with a infantry blast set. So you'll probably see his stats at the end, and you'll see his gear and all that, but that's why he's more infantry than everything. But the other stuff, obviously, you need the mixed stuff. You can't just go full infantry blast, or it might not work out so well. You need the other types of troops as well. But you can see he's got a bunch of tier 2 there as well, just to reduce healing costs. And then the tier 1 is basically just Pyrus fodder. I found that out when on my tier 4 solo trap that I needed a bunch of tier 1 siege just for the Pyrus fodder, because the last KVK I got Pyrus like, I don't know, it was like 30 times or something stupid. I lost so many tier 1 troops just from that. So anyways, that's why I have the tier 1 troops. It's the Pyrus spotter. The tier 2 is to reduce the healing or the healing costs. And then the tier 4 is obviously your main damage for this. So that's basically his troop comp for that. So that's all you basically need for a Gryphon trap. If you have really bad stats, you might need a little more troops, but he's got better stats, so he's doesn't have quite as many troops. So this is just the military, obviously maxed military setup here. Max tier 4, obviously you need that for the tier 4 troops. Then you have the what's called army leadership. That's just unlock the phalanxes or whatever, if you want wedges or whatever. He doesn't have that. He just has the regular ones, the cav and infantry and whatever, cav and range. I guess you start with infantry. And then the last one here, this is going to be bigger army, because you need an extra army to send out more troops. That way you can hide all your troops. You can with 5 marches, but they need to pop a boost most of the time, so it's good to have that extra boot, or that extra, let's call it march out there, so you can hide more troops. He does have some familiars, and he's got the regular gold heroes on his wall there. He does have a massive wall, because he used to be a wall trap actually, so this account was a wall trap at one point, turned into a rally trap, turned into a, started with solo trap I think, and then went wall trap, and then rally trap, and now it's a Gryphon trap. So these are just his talents here, just basic talents, whatever. You want to throw your HP and attack in there, so you max whatever you want. He maxes infantry just because he uses basically an infantry blast set as his pulling set, but yeah, so he does that. You can basically switch it however you want. But yeah, HP and attack, that's basically what you put in as a talent set. You can move your talents around however you want, however you feel like you need more cav or whatever, put more cav in there. So this is his blast set. He actually has 382% infantry attack on this, with some like infantry defense jewels and stuff like that. So it is basically an infantry blast set. Is he does have a mix set as well, but he uses the infantry blast set now. It works pretty well for his setup, just because he's got like 602% or 600+% infantry attack in his set, and it works really, really well for just whatever he's doing. So especially since he likes to send an infantry phalanx. So anyway, so this is going to be just a setup. He just basically puts it on tiles, hides them on the tiles there. That's how you hide all your troops, or you can hide them in castles with garrisons and stuff like that. That's another way. The homered bind there is the Gryphon familiar. It has a 30-minute cooldown, if you guys didn't know. That's basically what it is, and this can be his military stats here. I'll just pause it here, because this can be his stats. So anyways, this was the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little Gryphon trap overview / Gryphon trap video. I will have some more videos coming out tomorrow. I will have a rally trap video coming out tomorrow, so keep an eye out for the rally trap video. Top 5 traps of the week is coming up, and then I have another rally trap video, I think, as well this week, so keep an eye out for those. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.